All right, so according to this, we are now live, which is just a couple minutes early, and that's because I have some things I want to say. So Kyle, go ahead and say hello real quick to introduce your channel.
Hey, I'm Cheddarboyee. I have a channel called Cheddarboyee. My name's Kyle, but my
I can't
channel is
hear
named.
you.
Oh shoot! You can't hear me? You could hear me. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Kyle,
Uh-oh.
can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You could before, right?
Hey, Grandpa or Sean, can you hear Kyle?
That's weird. Hold on. My mic's on.
Kyle, you got to talk. Talk.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me?
Talk a lot.
Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Can anyone who's on the live stream right now hear Kyle?
So he can. Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, OBG.
That is so weird.
You can hear me. I don't know. Is it
so
your
everyone
headphone?
can hear Kyle but me. So maybe it's my.
Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? Now I can't hear you, Renee. We can't hear.
Muted. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me?
I can finally hear you.
But now you're. Hey, Trista.
Okay.
Hey.
So before we get started, it's 6 o'clock. I've got some stuff to say. If your YouTube views aren't where you want them to be, what do you do next? In this live brainstorming session, we're working through that question in real time with Kyle from Cheddarboyee. Rather than jumping straight to posting more, change your thumbnails, find a niche, we're starting with a bigger question. What problem are you trying to solve? And we're going to look at what's on that channel, what he wants to build next, where his discoverability fits into that picture, and how creators can use a more structured problem-solving process to decide what to do next. So if you're a small creator and you're trying to grow, monetize, build a community, just have fun, doesn't really matter what your goal is, I hope that you'll hear some of your own questions in this conversation. And it isn't about pretending that we have YouTube figured out, but it's about learning to build and think like a builder, defining our destination, understanding our problem, and generating options and things for us to test and learn from. So if you want to be a part of my creator brainstorming sessions, there's a form, and I'm going to link it in my channel bio because I don't know how to put it in live yet. I'll see if I can figure that out, but I'm not sure.
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit, Renee. I don't know if it's anything you can fix.
I don't know why.
Don't mean to interrupt.
No, that's good to know. I'll put on the other half of my microphone. It's got two.
Okay.
Maybe if I put this one right in front of me.
Or if it's the internet. It seems like it's a bad internet, or is it just me?
Yeah, I don't know, because we right off the rip started having some technical difficulties, and even Sean asked if anyone's noticed how YouTube has been acting up with errors or updates, and so who knows? It could literally be anything.
Well, anyway.
So anyway, so I want to preface this brainstorming session by clarifying that there's literally nothing wrong. There's not like a true problem with Kyle's channel. He's just agreed to be a case.
Hey, pizza. Dino's with the pizza flurry.
So I promised him some pizza with extra cheese if he would do this session with me. So I've been spending a lot of time thinking about this question, guys. And the question is, how do you get discovered when nobody knows you exist? And I had this question way back on day 95 when I said to Bruce, I said, you need an audience to get an audience. And we started having this dialogue. And so I came full circle, and I'm now on a mission because I have a sense of urgency around having a submission for my channel because of the YouTube updates. And if you don't know where you're trying to go, then you're never going to get there. And sorry, I know I'm doing a lot of talking. We're going to get to Kyle, but I'm just prefacing this whole idea because I'm just taking in all my experience from real estate and from working in corporate. If you don't have a destination, then it's really hard to know and measure how you're doing. And I thought I had this, and then I realized yesterday that I didn't, which was kind of like an epiphany for me because I always have a destination. And what I want you guys to think about this is point A and point C. So I live in Massachusetts, and let's say I'm trying to get to California. So point A is Massachusetts, and point C is California. And if I ask all of you guys, how can I get to California? We could brainstorm all different ways. I could walk, I could bike, I could run, I could drive, I could take a plane. So you get the idea. There's unlimited possibilities because then I could walk for half of it and then bike for a third of it. And then, so in any combination thereof. But if I don't know A and C, all of that messy middle gets very messy. And what I've noticed is even knowing this and even applying that to my real estate models and my career, I lost that when I got into YouTube. And I realized, like, Kyle and I were going to talk tonight about should we add music to our videos? And I totally was like, no, we can't talk about that because that is like almost irrelevant if we don't know point A to point C. And we could use music in our videos, but it's not going to look the same for everybody. And that's a big takeaway too. We already know that YouTube is amazing and diversified, and there's a lot of people with different ideas and different creative outlets. And no one journey maps onto another person's channel perfectly. But that's the importance of brainstorming, and that's the importance of like a creators association, which is what I'm calling the Crow's Nest. I'm calling it the CNCA, which is modeled after my real estate associations that I run. So I want to bring together professional creators, and I deem you guys professional because you're out here creating. We are the ones in the thick of it, and we're the ones doing the hard, dirty job of creating a channel, whatever our goals are. So I'm going to stop talking now, and we're going to get to Cheddar.
Okay.
And we're going to start talking.
Hey, people are, I don't, just before we started, people are saying that you're cutting in and out.
I'm still cutting in and out. I don't know why.
Your internet's good. Let's see.
Let me see.
Can you try logging in and out?
Yeah, let me just see if I change my mic setting. Maybe it's on the wrong mic. You gotta love YouTube. Visual effects, camera.
It's StreamYard, because I'm listening to you in StreamYard.
Yeah, I know it's StreamYard, but that's why I'm trying to just go to settings. I gotta go to audio. Hold on, just 1 second, guys, if I'm still cutting out.
I can hear you now.
There we go.
Here we go.
Okay. That's probably
better.
I can hear you probably. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome that I just gave my whole spiel and I'm cutting out. That's par for the course on YouTube. So
we got the most.
All right, Kyle. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Now you're good.
Now I'm going to be like freaking out or worrying. Okay, too bad. If you want to know what I said, I'll just maybe reiterate it and put it in on a replay or something, because it is actually important. So, Kyle, thanks for agreeing to be my guinea pig.
Sorry, I'm good at that.
So, what
Test
I want
cheese.
to ask
I'm your
you,
test cheese sample.
what'd you say?
I'm your test cheese sample.
My test cheese. You guys, we're going to test some cheese tonight.
All
So let's ask you the question. The question I have for you is, what is your current channel goal?
To keep having fun. Like, I'm a little bit different, right? I don't know if I have the exact goal. I want to go to Minnesota, but there's some goals that I have. I want to keep it fun. I want to kind of stay true to my mission, which is to like encourage people to, prove that God's way is fun and rewarding. I kind of got some things on my channel. I'm like kind of like a mission statement. I want to stay true. I want to stay true to who I am. I never want to be like, I could get more views if I start bashing and doing a bashing, bashing other people and stuff like that. Like you see, I definitely want to stay true to who I am. I want to keep this fun. I don't want it to be a second job. And there was a point there where it was kind of getting that way.
Yep.
And I want to keep it fun, right? Like, example, like I started doing shorts again, and I'm having fun with it because they're easy to make and they're doing good. Like, it might not be long form viewers, but you know what? It's fun and people like what I'm putting out. That's cool, So, basically, it's my goals are kind of just, I want to improve. I want to get better with each video. I feel like I've been doing that. I guess like a goal, like I'd love to get to 1,000 subs. If you had to say, if I had like a full, hey, I need to list this goal, I'd love to get to 1,000 subs. I'd love to get monetized someday, but is that realistic right now? Especially, I'm sure everyone heard the news. Is that realistic? Maybe not right now. People get lucky and it's tough, right? So, definitely.
Okay. So
I'm trying to. It's way up there.
All right. So I'm trying to pinpoint a goal. So,
okay.
And if I overstep, you can just shut me down because I'm just in Renee mode. I'm working at a company, and my company happens to be YouTube, and we're all creators. And what is your goal? And so if your goal is having what?
I'm flunking the interview. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. You're not flunking anything. You're perfect. Okay. I mean, you're throwing me for a loop because you told me your goal was to get better at acting and refine your goblin video, but that's okay.
I mean, I want to improve, right? So, let me touch base on that. So, so I don't know if a lot of people probably saw my new video. I debuted a new character, the Goblin. I got this Goblin mask. I don't know. I guess it's not by me right now, but and I played this you hear about. I think Renee's trying to do the same thing. You hear like, what's her name drops my mind right now, but she says you got to make it a show, right? So I'm trying. That was my idea to try to make it a show. I'm gonna have some characters. I'm gonna have a story. I got old. This goblin has a potion to get me young, and he's gonna have me do all these quests. And I got my mom just happened to make me this little crochet thing that is like a wise cheese, and I have him kind of helping me out. So I'm trying to build a story. And the things I want to do is try to get. I might have found something because number one, I had fun doing it. Okay, that's one of my goals, right? Okay, I had fun doing that. People seem to like it. It got, it was my second. It was 2 out of 10, the only of my last 10. So to me, I'm having fun. People are resonating. That's the thing. Okay, maybe I found something,
Okay.
And now it's to get better. How can I make the goblin better? How can I make the episodes flow? How can I feel like I might have something here. So how can I expand and make that better, I guess?
Okay. So your question would be how to expand and make some, like, you have an idea.
Yes.
And now you want to expand and make that idea better.
I tested it. Yeah, right. I tested it.
You tested, you did video.
Pretty good.
Right. So you're saying pretty good. Can you give us some metrics? Do you mind sharing? Did you get subs? Was it subs, watch time, comments? what is your benchmark for pretty good?
It wasn't. I didn't get any subs yet. I find it hard to get subs through long form. I think
Okay.
I think that's kind of common. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know if anybody else is. You know, but I have 55 views, which is like 2 out of 10. The only other one was that Outlier where I did a bricks and minifigs. I did a video like on a hot topic subject that one just got a lot of views, but I like this one better because it's already got more likes than that bricks and minifigs one.
Okay.
Right. So like people like this more. You know.
All right. So you're basing. I'm just again quantifying because this is good information for anyone who's got a channel. Like, how do we analyze our channels? So you're saying it got 55 views, it got no subscribers, it got more likes, and it just overall good engagement.
Yes.
And I think if I had to say, I'm going to say you were also happy making this because you enjoyed it.
It was fun. Yes.
Right. So I think, and that just goes in with your goal of enjoying it.
Yes.
So like you, that's kind of how I've been creating. And I think this is why I lost myself in YouTube, because you jump in and you kind of don't even, a lot of us, at least my case, I didn't really know where I wanted to land. I didn't really know, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to share my journey. And I know why I wanted to do that, but I didn't have a clear C. And here's the thing, the C really can be anything. And it doesn't say on your trip from Massachusetts to California, you maybe want to stop in Ohio, right? Or maybe we want to go see Devin up in New Brunswick. So it's okay to have all these other mini goals, but you know that the stop in New Brunswick, we're going to go say hi to Devin, but we're going to stop there. But we know we're still going, to California. And so this was like an epiphany for me. So I have a question for you that may help you, or it may not. But my question is, if I could take any video off of your channel, any video, how many videos have you made to date? Do you know that number out of curiosity?
Only shorts or?
No, just in general. You have shorts, you have videos. Like, do you know what your total output is?
60
Sorry?
some? 60 some?
67?
60, like 60 some.
60-ish? Like, okay.
Yeah,
so
61.
You have all these videos.
65.
And if I could wave my magic wand as Queen of the Crows and take any video of yours and put it in front of 1,000 people to watch, what video would you pick from your channel?
My next one. That's a different answer, ain't it? My next one. I think that's
your next one. No, honestly, I don't have the video either, right? So you're saying your next video. Right.
Okay. Next one. That's not a bad answer, though.
No, it's not. It's an enlightening answer, right? So you're saying your next video. Okay. So what is your next video? Because if you're saying, okay, I'm going to take this one video and that's the video I want you to put in front of 1,000 people. What video is that? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to spoil it too much.
Okay. He doesn't want to spoil
it. I'm playing a video game, right? I'm playing a video game.
Yeah. I know, that's fine. Okay, so he doesn't want to spoil it. So Kyle said
he would take. Can he beat it? Can he get the?
He beat it. I'm playing the game too.
Super hard video game that the toughest of goblins can't beat. They're going to be able to get it, and then the goblin's going to be like ragging on them.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm not trying to ignore you guys in the comments, and I'm really glad that you're here. So feel free to share and socialize. And I just happened to glance and see some about the new requirements, and we'll get there in a little bit. But so Kyle is saying that he plans to use it's his next video. His next video is going to be, that video that if I can wave my magic wand and put it on a silver platter and guarantee that he'll get 1,000 views.
My next one.
It's his next video.
If I could do that, I would say. Because you always want to make, the one thing I've always been doing, I don't always go to say, hey, I want to go to California or whatever, but there's things that there's core values that are, things I want to make sure I'm I have the gas, and I want to make sure
Well, I
that
don't think
everyone's having fun, and that, you know.
Yeah, Kyle, that you don't have to justify anything, because
Okay.
I think the point I'm trying to make
All
is
right. Chill out,
I asked myself this question, and I don't have the video either. Does that
Okay.
make sense? Like, I was like,
yeah,
crap.
right.
Like, I don't have that video. And so that's what made me really stop and think,
Yeah.
wow, I don't have that video. If I had the video where I was like, okay, this is the video I definitely want people to see.
Right.
Well, I don't have it either. So that's the whole point of this conversation. So my next part,
I was gonna say like my goblin video, but that's why I said my next one, because I think my next one's gonna be better, right?
Right.
I think
So
my next one's gonna be
exciting. Right. And yeah, that's great. I mean, this is why. So you guys, this is not scripted. This is like me taking Kyle through my mental process. Like,
I'm coming into this blind here.
He's totally coming into it blind, other than have his goals ready.
I'm getting shredded here. She's shredding me to pieces.
Shredding the cheese. So Kyle, my second part of the question is, all right, so you're saying it's your next video and you don't want to spoil it. Totally fine. So now, guys, drum roll, we got to be ready for that one. And who would be, if you could hand pick the 1,000 people, who would you pick? How would you define them?
I mean, this community that we found, right? Like, we all kind of share, and it's such a good community of like-minded. I think we're all solid people. We're trying to get better. We're trying to improve. We're trying to be friendly. I think we're all solid people, and I would like to, find more of that,
So, okay. So what and again, I'm taking my process and having Kyle do it, because I don't like talking about myself all the time.
Do I need to change? Do I need to give a better answer?
No.
Okay.
There is no right or wrong. Just like, I'm sorry if people couldn't hear it when I was cutting out. The point is, I don't even know, I have a different word for that. The thing I'm trying to say is that if you have a point A and you have a point C, your points all in the middle are going to be something different than my points all in the middle. But you will have a better trajectory, and you will have a better reward and more likely to gain the things that you hope to gain if you know what the C is, like if you're grounded in the C. So to bring it back to my issue, and it's okay to not have the C. What I realized is I thought I had a C and I didn't. Like, I didn't have my destination, and that's where YouTube threw me for a loop. So to bring real estate into it, here's an example. I flip houses, I've built houses, I own apartment buildings. So when I go to buy a property, I'm not saying, yeah, I think I'll buy it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, right? Like, I have a plan. I know I'm either going to keep it and rent it, give it to one of my kids, give it to one of my family members, flip it. I have a plan. And if I didn't have that plan, it would be very hard to make the decision I need to make in the beginning of how much am I going to pay for it? How much work am I going to put into it? Is it even worth my investment? Those kind of thoughts. So what's interesting to me is I came into YouTube thinking, hey, I'm really smart. I've got a good head on my shoulders. I know how to structure businesses. And I came into YouTube and I completely lost myself. I completely lost all those skills. And I think part of that's by design on YouTube's part. Not angry about that, but we don't play a fair game. The game's stacked against us. We all know this. They just changed the rules and made it harder. And I spent 48 hours analyzing what are my choices. So my choice was okay, I'm angry at them because they're taking a really hard metric and making it even harder. They're grandfathering in everyone who's already there. So that makes me not want to play. That's kind of I'm going to go run this race, but you're giving all these superior racers a 50-yard head start. Like that's the way it feels to me. And I'm incredibly competitive and incredibly, so I went through all these emotions of being angry, then being like, YouTube is not worth my time. I'm too good for YouTube. I even spent a good day looking at Rumble. I talked with Peter. I looked at Rumble as an alternative because, we find ourselves in these points, but I'm digressing a little, but my point is we're not looking at the right metrics. I reframed everything because I had an experience with a spider, and I'll share this with you guys. So when we bought the house, the castle house, there was this massive spider in the drain. In our basement, we had a cast iron, like porcelain covered old sink in the laundry room. And there's 9 of us in the house, and we all saw this spider, and it's huge. And it was like, the size of your finger. And we're like, oh my gosh, that spider's so big. And we formed this narrative around the spider because it was there like every day. And for 288 days, that spider was in the sink. And we had a whole story, a whole narrative. And we talked about it on occasion, like, can't believe it's still there. It must be happy, whatever. And then one day I was down there folding laundry, and I thought, I wonder if the spider's stuck. Like, it was just like a totally random thought. Right. And so I went over to the sink and I kind of like spooked it. And the spider like scattered, and it tried frantically to get out of the sink. And I saw with my eyes that the spider was actually stuck in the sink. So I grabbed a paint stirrer, put it in the sink so he could climb out, and I let him climb out and leave because the poor thing was sitting there for 288 days. And it taught me a lesson in perspective. Like, the only thing that changed in that situation was my perspective. I saw the spider there for 288 days, as well as 9 other adults in my house. And we all had this narrative in this story, but we were like wrong. So that's where I kind of started to think about this. Like, I have a sense of urgency around the Crow's Nest Creators Association because I see a deadline. I see February 27th. I need to get myself and as many crows over that threshold as possible. It's kind of like my new mission, because after that, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to play the game anymore. I'm being entirely honest. Because like you, Kyle, I feel like I'm playing a game. I don't necessarily really need to do this, but I want to do this because I want to prove something. But that's my problem. And I know my value, but I've lost myself in YouTube. So there are no wrong answers, Kyle. Your answers are perfect for you, for your channel. I know for the Crow's Nest and all my fellow creators, I'm going to that finish line, and I'm going to get there before February 27th.
I get there great, though. I'm not going to kill myself. We're different, right? Like, I'm not going to. I respect that, and we're both right. That's the great thing.
No, but I'm not saying, and this is the caveat. I don't think you kill yourself to get there. That's my whole point. I didn't kill myself investing in real estate. I didn't kill myself, building my corporate career. That's not that's a fallacy, I think, that we create because we're in this game that we don't understand and we're chasing our tails. So I'm trying to just peel back the curtain and say, so Kyle, if your goal is having fun, then you're having fun, then nothing else should matter. So then tomorrow, whatever you do on YouTube, your number one priority should be having fun. And as long as you're doing that, your metric is super easy. You walk away saying, did that feel like work or was that fun? Right. And for the rest of us, it might be, okay, well, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. But see, I don't even think those are the metrics anymore. Like, even for me, I'm still going to document my journey, but that 100,000 subscriber goal was too, I asked myself that same question. What video am I going to put in front of somebody? And who do I want it in front of? Right? Like, that was my question. And so I couldn't answer that. I don't want 100,000 random people. Just like you said, I like the community. I like the engagement, but I'm also not going to like limit myself to, but so it's everybody's journey is different, but it doesn't mean that we can't figure things out and test the right things. So I guess before we go any further, what goal would you like to test and brainstorm with your fellow creators? Like where you could say, you have this opportunity to say, hey guys, I have this great idea and this is what I think. What are your thoughts? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so you can test anything. You want to improve. You said you want to have fun. You said you like your goblin video. You said you want to get better at acting. Did I phrase the question right? I don't even know if I.
Yeah, like my goals. That's the thing. I don't have like I want to improve, right? I want to get better. Like, get better at comedy. Yeah. The same thing too is though, like, this is still a hobby to me, right? So like, I work and work busy and stuff, and if I don't feel like doing it, so that's where I'm kind of like maybe I'm holding myself back, but I'm doing it for a reason because. Yeah, I think we've all had it where YouTube's a second job, and I don't, that's a big, I got boundaries that I'm setting to keep myself sane and happy and cheesy, right? Nobody wants.
You have to set boundaries because.
But anyway, I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers, but like you say, like subscribers, like we need watch hours, right? You can do a post of a cat and get 100 subscribers, but that ain't gonna get you no watch time, right?
Right. Well, and even more frustrating than that, Kyle, because you and I have both been testing this.
I got like 100 views average, like on a video, or if I got, I want my views, I want my engaged views. I don't look just at views. I always look at
engagement. All right. But you said so, but that's still a good metric.
How do I get better at the goblin, my acting? We could, how do we gauge that? Right. Can I get better? I like that too. Can I get better at comedy? Can I get better at acting? That would motivate me to like study that stuff.
Sure. So I guess, but can I, if I may, and I'm not overstepping, I like to kind of throw some things out there. Yeah. I hear that you say, let me ask you this. If in 6 months you could be monetized, but you didn't have to kill yourself to do it, would that be a goal?
Yes. Well, yeah, if I've had a video and it popped off and it got, but I guess what I was saying is I don't want to make it, like, there's the people who do like, I'm going to make a video every day and stuff like, I ain't going to do that. Right.
Well, no, well, again, you're getting into the point, all those points between A and C. Right. So let's just if I could get my goblin videos to be so good, where if I do like once a week, and those things, I got a question too. And here's what's something, do I do one video a week, or do I wait? Because I could have made that goblin video better. Right. Do I wait? And maybe it's once a month, but that once a month is really good. Do I do that? Those exactly. Are the things, okay. So we're getting into the meat of this discussion. Do you see how, if we don't know what you're chasing, truly chasing, then it's hard to tell you what to do. Does that make sense? Or not even I'm telling you what to do. It's hard to even give advice on what to do. Think about it this way. I'm just trying to spitball.
If I could get monetized, that's great. But
if somebody comes in and says, if somebody comes in and says, make me a sandwich, and into like Subway, and they're like, okay, well, what kind of sandwich do you want? And they say, well, I don't really care because, I'm just hungry and I'll take any sandwich. Right. And then then you say, okay, well, we have a variety of sandwiches. Well, I'm not sure if I should go with the cheese sandwich or if I, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't define it in some, and it's not about pressure. It's not about like setting high goals. If you peel all that away, if you have the goal to monetize, and I'm not trying to make that everyone's goal. I'm just simply talking. I don't think
I want to say that. that does not
It-
define your success, right? Like I feel like your channel is a success. Like everyone here has a
Correct.
successful channel.
However,
But
the advice I'm going to give myself if I want to monetize is different than the advice I give myself if I want 100 views on my next video. Does that make sense? Like if my goal is I want every video to get 100 views, that's very different than I want this next video to help me monetize.
yeah.
Do you see, like, so that's the only reason why you were just saying, I guess what I'm trying to peel back is you have all these questions and you're trying all these things, but if you're throwing darts at a wall, but you don't have a target, it's very hard to know.
Yeah.
A, are you reading the right metrics? B, are you going in the direction you want to go? You know, like even in an airplane, if you go 1 degree off course from flying from Massachusetts to California, I didn't ask ChatGPT this, but I know if you're just 1 degree off, you'll never hit your target. And again, this isn't meant to be like, because the irony is, my goal isn't. I'm going to make my goal like something that hopefully monetization will be the byproduct of. And I'm just taking in, like, for instance, when I invested in real estate, it wasn't, okay, I'm buying this house and I need this one house to be my real estate empire. It was, how does this house fit into my portfolio, right? But at the end of the day, the portfolio was the goal.
Right.
And the house or the video or whatever, that little thing you're doing is supporting like a much wider net. And so my goal is to actually get off YouTube. So I'll say that out loud. My goal is to actually get off YouTube. I'm not happy with it.
I mean, you know,
huh?
I still love the way they're doing people, you know, it's.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, and so my goal is to eventually get off YouTube. And so I have this bigger idea of a goal. And then I've pared it down to, okay, I'm just kind of mapping my real estate skills and my corporate skills into YouTube. And I hosted and organized like early days of before I built my little portfolio in real estate. I got started by building and creating a real estate investors association where I just got real estate investors together and we talked everything real estate, we brainstormed, we networked, and we helped each other achieve our goals. And so that's the goal of the Crow's Nest Creators Association. So when you guys hear me kind of pushing these things hard, monetization will be the byproduct of me creating the Crow's Nest Association, which won't be on YouTube. So, and that's just the point of it. So Kyle, because you're our case study, and I want people to kind of think about this. Like so you know the video. Let's do it this way. You're not telling us what the topic is.
But I got to pick a video game. It's going to be different. Like I said, I always wanted to do a video game episode. It's going to be me playing an episode made by another creator on the Crow's Nest. It's gonna be fun.
So you have this, and you're saying that this video is the video that you would hand serve to 1,000 people, and that if 1,000 people watched, that those 1,000 people are, you know, like it's a silver platter situation. So what is your goal? I think I'll do what's your goal with the video? Since, you know, I'm just genuinely curious, what's the goal with the video?
To make it fun, to make it have a story, to have a little suspense, to continue the humor, and just to continue to improve. Like I hit a dart that stuck, you know. So I'm gonna shoot another dart. Like before last time I went a different direction. I'm not taking a cheese break this time. I'm kind of gonna put a lot of chips into this goblin thing, unless you know something tells me otherwise. But you know, I'm not taking a cheese break this time, right? It's part of learning too, right? Like I know, like how do I say it? I know I don't know I'm going to San Francisco yet. I know I'm heading north, right? I want to go up, right? And I know I'm going north. I'm going north, right? I don't know exactly. There's a lot of cool places to go. and I'm already having fun. I feel like I'm already won, but I still want to get like more, like I got a good sandwich, but you can always make it better by adding extra pickles and extra stuff, So.
Well, you stopped yourself. You said, I always want more. So more what?
Yeah. More, just getting better, getting more views. Yeah, I'd love to get monetized. I just feel like that's the chicken bacon ranch sub that I always get, but it's like $12,000. Like, unless I get lucky, and the price drops, right?
Right.
So that's why I'd love to get monetized. Yeah, is that like one people in the chat said though, like you're gonna treat it like a job, and I'm not gonna,
Right. Well,
so I know I'm not doing. I have goals to do this. No.
Like stop saying you're not doing things right. Stop. That is not the point of the point. Isn't really to.
I'm just trying to figure out like a good goal for you, like to measure me.
A good goal for what?
A good goal for you, or to
for me?
Yeah. No, for me or whatever you're trying to.
So I have I could tell you a lot of things I think you should do with your channel. But again, those are like through Renee's lens. And that's kind of not what that's not what the association would be for. So like when I bring other creators together, it's not like, hey, everybody, let's tell Kyle what he needs to do with his channel. It would be like, oh, hey guys, Kyle says this is what he wants. How do we look at the spider differently for Kyle? Because 100 eyes are better than 2, right? And what are we missing what is he missing that maybe we see? Or what have we tried that maybe he needs to know, right? And so, and that's okay. And it's totally okay to not have a goal like your final destination. I clearly didn't either. It took me 193 days to figure that. 193 days of me being consistent and documenting my process for me to actually even get to the point where I was like, how did I miss this? It's literally, I have been buying houses without a plan. And I don't want to do that anymore. Because that's not the point of it for me. Because believe it or not, I did the same thing that you're doing, Kyle. I questioned myself and said, well, maybe I'm broken. Like, what's wrong with me?
Well, I don't think I
realized, no, well, I didn't say you thought you were, but I'm just saying, I was just thinking, what's wrong with me? What is my real issue here? And at the end of the day, I love strategy. I love team building. I love strategy. I love playing games. I'm super competitive, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't mean that everybody else wants to do it, and if I stated this right at the beginning, no 2 journeys are going to be alike. It's impossible. And I see so many parallels to real estate in this space, because I could tell you how to invest. I could show you how to invest, but your entire path will be so different from mine, because circumstances change. Your starting point was different than my starting point, to where it's not quantifiable. And I really have a pet peeve when these guru real estate investors would show up in a room and say, hey, I'm going to sell you my $25,000, because we're talking big price tags in the real estate world. And they, hey, I've got the perfect system for you guys to, get into buying apartments, and they're charging $25,000, and it's like highway robbery. And not only that, the system's outdated. And I can already tell you for a fact, I am going to figure this out, and it might not be before the system, whatever, rolls. But when I do, people will ask me, how did you do it? Because that's what happens. That's why all these creators have built these businesses on being like guru coaches. But I can already tell you that whatever I'm doing right now isn't going to apply anymore come February. So even though I'm documenting this, and even though I'm taking really good notes, and somebody wants to know, how do you get inside the mind of an entrepreneur, or how do you make those decisions? I can already for a fact tell you that anything I'm telling you right now is going to be completely different come February 2027. And I hate that. I hate the parallels that I see in real estate, because that was the hardest thing for me, I guess, to communicate in the real estate world. I had helped plenty of people get started and buy things, but I just hated seeing people getting taken advantage of. I hated seeing the huge amounts of money that people spent. And I look at even the time and the money that I've spent, all the things that I've spent money on to get to where I am now. Like, oh, I went out and bought this subscription and that subscription and tried all these things. And it's because there's no roadmap, right? And so the idea would be, no, like it's super simple. It's more simple than we realize. And not in a sense of it won't take work, not in a sense, but we're already doing the work. You're already doing the work. That's kind of the way I look at it, is anyone who's out there creating, anyone who's posted in the last month is an active creator, and they're searching for something, whether it's just a community of friends, whether it's just sharing, maybe it's somebody just simple as they're documenting their life for posterity. Doesn't matter what it is, but if we're honest and we peel back, there's a reason we're doing it. Like, and you got to get to that reason is all I'm saying. And when you figure out what the reason is, then your choices will make more sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm already at the destination though, then, because like this has been doing the YouTube has been like the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's been life-changing. I've been growing so much as a person that I feel like if I stop, I'm gonna fall back. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm already there, but the thing is, it doesn't mean I need to stop,
I would say, okay, so let me ask you this, because I had that same thought. I was like, when I started out, I wanted active engagement. I have that. I wanted people to send me things. I had that. I wanted, I literally have everything like in my mind's mind that I set out for. And so then it was a question of, well, then what am I chasing? Like, if I have everything I want, then what am I doing? Right. So, and I guess that's the point is like, and for you, if it's just like, hey, I want to continue to be goofy, then, and not goofy. I'm saying like cheese and cheers.
Which does good. Goofy. Yeah. Goofy does good.
No, because I want to be goofy too. I put on my quill costume. That sounded worse than what I meant. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't mean it. Yeah. What I meant is, I think it's a really cool lane. I think that's the other problem that I personally struggle with in YouTube, which is why I lost my compass, is because I would watch yours and I would be like, oh, I want to be like Kyle's channel. Like he's like so much fun and he's got a cheddar head and I want, and yeah, I think I want to do it for a day. Like I want to let my hair down and throw my cape on and be Quill, Queen of the Crows.
You should do it again. Right? We gotta do one. No, I think the goblin would be good. I think given a heel, we could probably do some. But anyway, we'll talk a little later about that.
Right. No, but I'm just saying I want to come on your channel as Quill and role play with you. Yeah. But I don't think that's not really where I want to end up, if that makes sense. Like that wouldn't make me happy every day.
I feel like I've already won. Yeah. I feel like I'm already successful. I do want to grow. I want to spread more cheese. I got this cheese ball, right? And I want to make it bigger. How big do I want it to get? I don't really have a goal, but I want to. This is like a video game to me. Right? I always like to compare it to Dave & Buster's, where there's a bunch of cool prizes, and getting monetized. That's the PS5, right? That's gonna take a while. But that's okay because there's tons of other stuff like meeting awesome people. Like this has been helping me with work. It's making me more confident. I've been having fun.
Right.
I'm encouraging people. I'm learning things. I got on the big screen at the Braves game. I got, all these cool experiences. I got into Legos. There's more to it. I just hope everyone doesn't think like monetization. If that's your goal, and I think you're in a different you're indifferent, right? Because you quit your job a little bit or something.
Yeah. Well, no,
so
I set the goal,
right?
and
And that's
yeah.
good, but I just don't think that's not getting monetized or not. And some of these gurus make it think like you're not successful. I think like I run a very successful YouTube channel, and I'm not going to let views or gurus or anybody else tell me otherwise. That's one thing I'm learning. Don't let other people define your success, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm defining.
No, only you can do that.
Right.
But I'm saying that when you're making choices, like, and so like, how like you and I and Peter, like we're always brainstorming and we're always trying things. And we've always been like, well, why did that cat post? And the frustrating thing is nothing's reproducible yet. Like I've systematically tested, okay, that one did pretty good. I'm going to try it again and again and again in different ways. And you can't reproduce it. Like, have you been able to reproduce it?
I never got the viral Milton, like the 2000, but I've gotten like Milton's a submachine, man. He's
Yeah.
The stray cat that I have. He's
well, it's because he's a ginger. It's because YouTube.
But right. I've never had another one. I've had like I think the second best one was like 200 some, instead of I got 2,000. But there's a trend though, because you can't reproduce it, but it likes ginger cats more than if I just post Legos or just hey.
Well, yeah, and that's because at the end of the day, we are in a game and in a system where we don't control distribution, right? We don't control what video gets to take off or what, you can make the best video that if people knew it existed, a lot of people would like. But without the distribution, and so that's, and that's like my whole question. So all of my creative brainstorm sessions are going to be, we know what the problem is. The universal problem we all have, regardless of our goals, is distribution. And we're not in charge of it. There are no there's no true outline for it. So we're literally just put into this game blindfolded, where it's like, hey, figure out the rules. Good luck.
Right, for sure. And then the rules change, and then they move the goalpost twice as far, right?
Right. Well, not only that, I'm going to move the goalpost twice as far, and then, like I told you, I'm going to give all the superior runners, people that have been running for the last 10 years, I'm going to give them a 50-yard head start. Good luck. So anyway, so that I think that's my point, is that my brainstorm sessions, I want them to center around the problem is distribution, and that's fine. Okay. But then what's your goal, so that we can figure out the workaround, because there's always a workaround for things. It's just a matter of understanding. So here's the thing, truthfully, Kyle, there's nothing that I'm going to say and that's going to really even be of value. If you are truly of the mindset that your channel has made it and you're good where you are, well, then that's great.
It's not that,
but there's not, I can't even tell you well, you should try this, because my question would be, well, why are you trying that? You've already made it. You've just said you've already made it. You just said you're happy. So my question would be, well, why are you trying that? And the reason I'd ask that question, and the reason why I would keep prying at those questions, because these are the things I ask myself, is because eventually you're going to get to a question you really do want to answer. And maybe it's being afraid to say it out loud, or maybe it's afraid it'll take your life over, or maybe, I had to get over saying it out loud because people, I'm just being honest about it. I think there's a lot more people who want to monetize than admit it. And then I think that there's people that prey on other YouTubers. And I just see a lot of, I see a lot of that, but it was hard for me to even admit that, because it's because you don't see a lot of people admitting that. You see gurus saying, I'm going to tell you how to get views. But why are people paying them thousands of dollars, or, trying to buy their systems it's because they want something, right? Like, so that underlying current is there, but
yeah, I guess I want more views. More views do equal more subs. I just want to grow everything. I just know if I grow the numbers, like I get the highest score. I'm trying to get a higher score, right? This is a video game to me. Like I beat the game, but I could still want to get a high score. You can do.
Okay,
you can
so
have
that's
that, like,
so
right?
yeah. So if you view it as a game, I don't know. I'm not. This is going to show my age. I'm Pac-Man, right? Like I immediately went to Mrs. Pac-Man, and it's like, okay, I want the highest score,
Yeah.
And when we played these games, there were ways, that, there's workarounds and shortcuts, and so
Okay.
I think what I'm
I'd love
hearing.
To get more views. I'd love to get more views. I'd love to.
You want to get more views.
Or I'd love to get monetized. Is that realistic right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of chat about the YouTube, the algorithm going on, and I know. Trust me,
I want to grow my channel. I want to grow the views.
Like, you want to grow your channel, so I think, like, if I had any advice, and this is
like
just again bringing in,
right? The plant is growing, right, and it's got a flower, right?
All right. So so you want to grow your channel, but I actually like
it can get more flowers, right? It's successful.
Right.
I got a flower here, right? Now I want it to grow and be even more beautiful. Is that fair? I think that's a good mindset to have, though, because I mean, you're not depending. You're not saying, "Oh, hey, I'm not a success until I hit this," right? Like, I'm a success.
I think honestly, anyone who publishes their first video is a success.
Absolutely.
Like,
a lot of
so
won't do it.
I hear you having an out loud battle, like, from your head of by saying that, let's just say for argument's sake, what's your average view? So I've heard this enough times where I'm going to go with this one. You're saying that you want more views. So right now, what does an average video get for a view?
Well, it's hard. It slows and it gets steady. Like right now, that's been cool. They've been getting like 70. But then I get the big ones. The big ones will bump it up. So it's probably I don't know if I can find that. It's probably somewhere in here. But
yay. Hey, Gracie. Okay, so then what I'm going to tell you is, why not set a goal? You get 70. So why not say, I'm making this awesome. You got this awesome video that you're saying is the one we're going to deliver on a platter to people. So if your goal, let's say you want to double it, right? You want 140 views. So that's the question you ask is, what's going to get you to 140 views per
see, that's the thing. It's
no,
going to be.
That's the thing. But this is where the brainstorming starts.
Yeah,
we just spent an hour. We just spent an hour getting you to pick a goal, Kyle. Yeah. So
good
we
job.
don't have.
I'm pretty stubborn. You got me though. Hey, good job. I'm stubborn.
So your channel goal is we're going to say 150 views. How's that?
Okay.
So
I'll get 150 views per video. That'd be great.
Per video, but we got to start somewhere. So you're at point A, you've got 70 views per video, and you want to get to point C.
How do you find that? I wish I could find that so we could get a better number.
What do you mean?
How can I find does anybody know how we can find the average number on my long form, what my average view is?
No, I just have to go in and look at it.
I'll do the math and let you know, because it might be more than 100. Because I have the few outliers, I have like the 500 one and the 400 ones are going to, those are outliers, but.
So I just really quick, because again, like, just a lot of chatter. So, hey, Larry, so I see that you don't even get 400 watch hours a year, let alone 4,000. So I guess the rule changes don't affect you. So trust me, like, I feel like I'm doing pretty good on subscriber count, and I feel like I've kind of figured out like how to drive that. But then there's this whole like you said, watch hours. And so, yeah, I spent a day and a half wallowing when I saw those changes. Like I totally was just ready to quit, but I'm too stubborn to quit. And so I don't think, again, going to my spider story, it's the framing is all wrong. I realize that the changes don't affect me. I just got to figure out what my priority is, because like Kyle says, you can't burn yourself out. I only have so much time in a day. You only have so much time in a day. Some of you guys are working jobs and doing this on the side. Some of you just doing it for fun. But there are ways, like if I had already thought about this, I was like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? So there's this one theory where you could say, okay, I could attack this in 2 parts. And I could say, I'm going to just go after subscribers, like really hard, really fast, don't care, cast the net wide and just pull them all in.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't solve my watch hour problem. So then it's like, okay, then once I have them all in, then I go and solve the watch hour problem. And you just start going mad on lives and you just got to go for it. Right. And try. And I had like 17 different ways I could try going all in on it to get watch hours. And then that's where your quality improves and being something that people want to watch. But then I zoom out and say, like, to Kyle's credit, like since the very beginning, but then all I'm doing is like grinding for YouTube if that's what I'm doing. So that's where I had to like step back and be like, what's my goal? So yeah, my goal is the Creators Association, because the more we talk and the more we brainstorm and the more we step back and say, stop just making content for YouTube's benefit and the sake of making content, and be, what's the word, specific about like what you're trying to accomplish and what you want to do, then it all gets easier. So like right now, like I'm still going to document my journey because that's kind of like the story I'm telling. But now every piece of content I'm making, everything I'm doing is going to be around this question of, as small creators, how do we get more views? Like, how do we do this? Like, because it's the number one question that we all unanimously have as a problem.
Yeah. So what do I do? Do I spend a month and make this one video as best as I can be?
Right. But see, I too realized that, Kyle, too, like you, I was like, I don't have that video yet. And I thought, oh, it's going to be the next one. And then you know what happens? And I think we've all been there. We make the next one. We have these, we're so excited about it. We're having fun. And trust me, I love making my videos. I love sharing my thoughts. I love that part. But it's really sad when, okay, I wanted it to get 150 views and it only got 70 views, right? And it's sad when it's not in your control.
Right.
Right. And so that's the parts that make us sad. So
I want
how
to
do
focus
we
on what I can control, you know?
Exactly. So what can you control is, okay, well, if that's your goal, then you need to look at, then I'd say you need to go back and like study your metrics, look at, so here, like, here's the ideas, like things I've jotted down from my business life. So if now that you have a goal, right, it's like, okay, this is where brainstorming comes in. And this is where the Crow's Nest Creator Association is going to be invaluable, because you can say, well, hey guys, you can put it out there and say, can somebody watch X video? Give somebody a case study. Tell me what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. But the problem is you got to realize that not everybody in the Crow's Nest maybe just wants to consume cheesy cheddar videos. Now, I don't know who that would be, and that's why I think personally you have the perfect niche, because your niche is just fun. I just don't know how you could not want to watch it, because all of your videos are entertaining. So that's a total plug for Kyle's channel, guys. But YouTube controls the views. So then the question is, think out loud. If that's your goal, forget about the video you're making, because I'm gonna make the case argument that your videos are already pretty dang good, and they're pretty dang fun, and they're likable and enjoyable. So let's just theoretically throw that out there. Your videos are already pretty awesome. So it's not your videos. It's not Goblin versus Cheddar, and it's not any of that, because all of those ideas are Kyle born, and they're all equally amazing, right?
Yeah.
So then what could you try to get more views? Assuming that you don't need to do anything different with your video. And I don't know that you necessarily have the answer, but
that might be part. I mean, thumbnails. My thumbnails have been improving, and I feel that's been helping. Like I gotta, it's gonna be interesting. Like this Goblin video ain't done running yet, right? So right now it's got 11.1. It's got click-through rate, and I think it's starting to get impressions now. So it's going to be interesting to see. This isn't done yet, right? So this is still in the oven. So we'll see. I've had videos, one day and then like 2 days later, see if this one gets traction or not. If it does, it's a good question. Without changing, I mean, the quality of the video, I think, is what's going to get subscribers. You need people to open the package. So the thumbnail, you need a thumbnail.
Right.
You need, those are the things. Well, what? That's
so
a good question.
The things
that's what we're all trying to figure out. Like, what can I do to get more
correct.
views?
It's the number one question that all small creators have that we have to solve. But I've identified a couple of key problems. One being that we know like YouTube likes ginger cats. So if you can work ginger cats into your channel, then go for it and see what happens. But we know that YouTube trains people to put out the content that it wants.
Right.
But then I started to think about this differently for what it's worth. And it had me really looking at my own content too.
Right.
Is it really, could it really be as simple as perspective? YouTube spends the time on people that have the most eyeballs, right? Like, people love ginger cats, and you can like search this and it's like a thing. And so, if you want to ride that wave, then you can have like faster success or whatever, but it's even that's not reproducible. Or can you like really just work on not changing your videos so much, but just starting to get really good at one thing?
That's what I'm going to try.
Really good at one thing in your video. And because I think the way YouTube gets us to tailspin and the way it keeps us like just perpetually think about it. We are YouTube slaves. We're all creating for free. I know they have ads on my stuff. So they're raking in money on my stuff, and I'm making a lot of content for them. And they're going, ha ha ha, she's so silly because tomorrow she's got the best idea and she's I'm reinventing the wheel like every time. And that's the perspective is, okay, if you want more views, then every time you go to create or change something, you need to ask, will this test or help me try to get more views?
No.
Right.
One thing I've been trying is shorter videos. I've been trying shorter videos because number one, I think
I don't know that you would clearly define. What I'm saying is now you have to do it with a clearly defined lens, because you had a very like, hey, I'm just having fun and I'm already successful. So when you it's a dichotomy. Your brain can't work with that. If you're on the one hand, if you're telling your brain like, hey, no, I'm successful and I'm good and everything's good.
I'm good, but I can get better, right?
Right. And it's not just about getting better, though.
It's like losing weight, right? Okay, like I need to lose 200 pounds. Hey, I'm doing something that's getting me down there. Let's do more of that. That's kind of where I feel like.
But exactly. But now you have a very specific. Yeah. So remember when I asked you at the very beginning of this live stream, I asked you how you decided if that was like, and I wrote it down. You said you had 55 views, you got no subs, that you got more enjoyment and more engagement, and you enjoyed doing it.
Yep.
Right. So that was your metric.
Yep.
Okay. That was your metric for, no, I just want you to think about this. That was your metric for why you think you should double down on the Goblin video.
Yes.
But do you see that none of those are, I'm getting more views?
Yeah. I actually have.
Right?
I'm number 2. It's number 2 out of 10. It is
No.
getting-
What I'm saying is when I asked you why.
Okay, you can
like,
add that. I guess it's getting more views.
Like, because you said it was average, but you were saying, like, I just wrote down your why. I wrote it down at the from the very beginning. So stop being so combative. I want you to be reflective, not combative. It's not a good thing. So you had these, you said this is why it was worth double downing on, but you didn't lead with, I have this idea. I want to double down on my Goblin video because my goal is to get 200 views. And I think this video will get me there because of X. Do you see the difference? Like so you were picking to double down on the Goblin video, but you don't know why. You really hadn't defined why. So now you're saying, and it's okay if that's the truth too. Now you're saying did it get way more views or did it get better views or like overall from looking at other videos, was there something about the views that?
Well, it's hard to tell because this one just came out, but it's right now it's still number 2 out of my last 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 2 out of your last 10, but where is it? Like you have your metrics up?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many views is it at?
56.
56. And like take your previous all-time best performing video before this one happened. What was it? Your Age Cheddar? I don't know which one you would say is your.
Well, for views, it was that Bricks and Minifigs one, and that one did 329 after 1 day and 7 hours.
All right. So okay, but this is actually a good point. Bricks and Minifigs. So if this is actually a really good point, Kyle, and I just want you to think about this and then we'll probably end because it's 7:10. Because I'm not here to convince, this is your channel. You need to do, I'm just trying to give you food for thought.
Okay.
So we just settled on views as a goal, right?
Yep.
So if views is your goal, then why wouldn't you model your next video after the Bricks and Minifig, which gave you the most views?
Because those are dry views. Those are, they got a lot of dislikes. And stuff. I want to engage.
So, again, this is peeling back that onion layer, right? So you're saying, well, okay, so then what I'm hearing without you saying is that views is really not your goal. So because you got a lot of, like, let's break it down. Kyle, I'm hiring you to get 200 views tomorrow. If you were getting paid to get 200 views tomorrow, what would be the most logical way for you to do that?
I don't know.
Well, it would be for you to do the Bricks and Minifig.
Oh yeah, to get right. Yeah.
Okay. But now you're saying, well, they're dry views. Well, the goal wasn't well, I want 200, warm, happy. So then it becomes, well, are you looking for 200 comments? And I just want you to think about this, or is what you're saying, I want a subscriber from it. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, because what are views without subscribers? So, but here's the thing, none of it's right or wrong, because what I've noticed is you can break it down however you want. I already know that it takes me 1,000 impressions, not views, impressions to get 1 subscriber. Mm-hmm. So for me, the metric I would chase, which is not the one I'm chasing, by the way, would be impressions. That would be me, because I would want subscribers, because to me, if somebody subscribes, that's warmer than just a view, because a view doesn't tell me anything. So the whole point of this exercise and the whole point of creative brainstorming with other creators is to hopefully people can see themselves in our challenges. Our challenge is views. It really is views, but what do views lead to? And that's where like all the decisions are made, is if I want warm views or warm views subscribers, you need to define that. Is it the person? Is it the comments? Well, then, okay, well, I'm not chasing 200 views. I'm actually chasing one comment.
Subscribers too, right? Like,
yeah.
like my age chart of my best video was the one I became old. I got old. I drank Olgers. That got 400 views and it got 11 subs. So that was a success, right? Like, okay,
Right.
I'm trying to, but a video with 500 views that people clicked because of a popular topic at the time, and that people, you know, didn't like and disliked and stuff. That's kind of telling me,
Right.
okay, that, you know, I guess that's why it's not just views. It's
Right.
views, you know, it's views. But
okay, so then, well, then I'm going to ask you this, because this is your journey, right? I'm just trying to like get people like to back up, because I needed to do this for myself. So you set the goal to be views. So, because you were asking, well, should I do this or should I do that? And I'm trying to get to, well, what are we aiming for? So you said, hey, I want to get to 200 views. And then I tell you, well, then you should model the bricks and minifig, right? Like, you're going to get 200 views. And then you can say, check, I did what I accomplished. And then you're like, well, that's not warm views. So we need to get to, what are you actually looking for? And it can be as small and as safe as you need it to be. It could be like, hey, I want to get 1 subscriber off my next video. But then if I say, okay, well, what's the last video that, so then the question would be, well, how many subscribers have you gotten off the Goblin video? None. So then it would be like,
my next video to be better than the one before. Can that be my goal?
Okay, but see, now you're just pulling back, and I'm just pointing this out. So now you're pulling back because you're like,
I don't know, like, I'm happy. Like, it's just like, you're trying to, like, I'm trying to get you something that, I don't know, like,
his name is Devin.
I want to play the video game and have fun. You know, I don't want to worry about, like, oh, hey, you need
I'm not trying to get you to worry about anything. I was just trying to get you to be more.
I don't want that. Like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, this is fun for me. That's my goal. My goal is to have fun. So, you know, I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to get, I guess I'm trying to give you something that I'm trying to help you, but I guess I'm helping you with something that I really can't right now, because I'm content.
No, you're not. Well, I guess, that's interesting, because like you're helping me by being on the live stream. Yeah. But I guess you had questions. Right. Well, but you know, you bring questions, and people bring questions. And I guess that's where I'm coming from, is if you don't know what your goal is, then you're not going to hit it. That's all. Like, it's just that simple. It's so, like, because you asked a question earlier about how, or should I try this or should I try that? And the whole thing that got me thinking about this is because we were talking about, should we use music in our videos? Right. And that's what we were going to talk about tonight. And then I thought about it and I said, well, how does that help anybody listening to us? How does that help my channel? How does that help your channel? Like, I can't tell anyone if music would help their video. The best thing that we could talk about for people, for themselves, openly, it's not like, it's your goal. I don't care what it is. Like, that's the whole point. And your goal, if you want to bring it all the way back to, my goal is to have fun, well, then you have already made it. Yeah. But then there is no question. There is no, well, do you get what I'm saying? It's not a big deal, but it's, and that's okay. Like, the whole process is okay. The whole process is whatever anyone wants it to be. And the whole process is always going to be, I don't even know. Like, maybe it's easier. Like, when I started, it was like, I don't know. I think I want to talk about this. And then I was like, well, I guess I don't want to talk about that. And then I was like, maybe I want to talk about this. And it's in the whole journey can be clarifying it. But it's hard to, I guess, when we do these creative brainstorm sessions, we got to be careful. Like, I'm mindful of people's time. And it's like, the shorts one I think was really good, because it's like, do shorts or don't do shorts. But I think that's good because I don't know, but I think everyone, monetization or not, wants subscribers. And that's why even for myself, before I really clarified my own goal, I picked a really big number of subscribers so that it would just be a safety net. It would be super easy. I was like, okay, well, if I just make that my goal and that's all I do, then I'll get everything else. I won't have to worry, because it's like my goal is just, do that. But then when they changed the rules and it made me really angry, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about why, and I was thinking about, just all the other, skill set I have. So yeah, it's not meant, sorry, Kyle, it's not meant to not be fun. I've just been circling your questions and your things. And, I'm going to watch every video you make, that, because they're fun. So I guess that's my point, is they are fun and they are great. And you want them to grow. And I think at some point, and not here on this live stream, you just need to answer how. And once you answer that, and you don't need to do it here under any pressure, but once you answer that, then I think you'll know what you need to make. Because if you go home and, quiet of the night, and you say, well, you know what, I really want a subscriber, and that's my goal. Well, then I'm going to model it after the one that got me the most subscribers. Oh, I really want more views. Well, then I'm going to model it after the one that got me more views. I just want to have fun. Well, then I'm just going to try something to have fun. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I'm going to do all three, right?
Right. Well, you can try to do all three, but the problem with doing all three all at once is you have no way to refine your process.
Yeah, you do.
And you have no way to, and that's how we keep
being fun is always has to be being
one.
fun, and staying true to myself has to always be there. And then I can try to, improve, and but anyway.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. If number one is like always have fun, well then you really have nothing to lose, right? So and that's totally fine. So it's already 7:20, guys, and we've got to wrap this up. But there's Jen and Blind Grandpa's here, and Gracie and Peyton Samuels. So that we've had a lot of people in here in the chat and listening. And sorry, I know I'm intense, but it's not meant. It's really, you're awesome. Like that's what I just like when we look at Tracy's channel and we say, why doesn't she have more views? Right. But the only way to figure out a path is to kind of know, well, is she chasing views? And that's my whole point. That's kind of what I realized. Well, I know how I can get subscribers, but I don't think they're the ones I want. And I can, that's kind of the whole point of who, the video, and those kind of thoughts.
No, it helps me because the subscribers, I've been doing these cat videos to get these these subscribers that really are they gonna watch my stuff? It's just kind of a number. Does it hurt to do that? Maybe not, but maybe that's not really my goal, is just to get, kind of padded numbers, right? So maybe I stopped doing the cat post, So, I want people to watch Cheddarboyee and to enjoy Cheddarboyee and like my funny videos and hopefully be encouraged, and I want to spread that to more people, so. But even though the people I have right now, I'm just so blessed and so thankful to, just to have the community that I have. It's awesome. It's cool. It's so
exactly. No, the community is awesome. That's like the whole point, is community is where it's at, and the community can help you get to where you're going, but you kind of have to know where you're going. That the whole point of this brainstorming session, guys, was to reflect on where you're going personally. And it's not for me to tell you where you're going. It's not for Kyle to tell you where you're going, or vice versa. But when you ask for advice, or when we ask other creators to look at something, you kind of have to know where you're going. You kind of have to have a way to gauge it, because the answers will be better knowing what the goal is or what the destination is. That's all. And so for my last plug is going to be that I'm going to be throwing up, it's going to be in everything going forward. It's just a simple Google form because I'm building the Crow's Nest Creators Association. So right now it's just simply a forum, and it's for anyone who wants to grow their channel in whatever capacity, whether it's I just want more fun for a channel, or I just want but it's for active I do have some guidelines, and it's not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. And there might be people that just want to watch Renee be like a mad woman, mad scientist here, and that's okay. But so my goal now is I'm just collecting. My goal is I'm not worried about YouTube. I'm mad about it, but I'm not worried about it. My goal right now is to get 1,000 people to say, yeah, I want to join the Crow's Nest Association. And that's it. So that's my goal. I'm still doing my journey to 100K because I'm going to get there, even if I'm 90. Yeah. But everything, I've decided every piece of content that I do going forward, I'm not asking for likes or subscribers or comments. I just want to know, I want to surround myself with active creators who have goals, and I want to brainstorm, continually. I love brainstorming. I feel like we are playing a game. I feel like we're in the most epic Dungeons and Dragons puzzle ever, and we will solve it together faster than if I try to do it alone. So that's my goal. My goal is and in a way where it's not costing us a lot of money, the whole 9 yards. It's I want to play this game, but I want to rally. I got to find my fighter, and I got to find my wizard, and I got to rally the troops, and take them for the journey. So that's my goal. Whether it makes sense or it doesn't matter if it makes sense to you, because it makes sense to me. So you guys can start checking me. Okay, Renee, does that get you to your goal? Did whatever you just make get you to your goal? Because if it doesn't, to Kyle's effect, or what you said earlier, I only have so much time in the day. Even though this is what I'm doing, I don't want to work 10, 15, 20 hours a day. I want to finish my job at 4:00 in the afternoon and be done. So I'm going to be strategic, and I'm going to be, problem solving, and do the things I need to do, and try to figure out the most, the best way. I'm going to map my GPS the best way I can, and then test it and try it and share the results. So that's what I'm going to do. So Kyle, you've been awesome. So thanks for going through this whole creative brainstorming session, and that's what these are going to be going forward. Is let's talk about whatever your goals are, and it should be interesting. So hopefully you guys got some takeaways. Keep creating. Don't let anyone else tell you what your goals are supposed to be.
Right.
And don't make excuses for your goals, meaning don't feel bad about them. Just be like, that's my goal. And okay, well then
everyone liked the video.
Everyone I know. I'm never ever asking for likes and subs, but thanks for saying that. And everyone watch Kyle's videos and give him some feedback on what you like or how you think he can improve.
Cool.
So thanks, Kyle. Have a good night.
All right, thanks for that. All right, yep.